Good morning. You've tuned into Traders 20 on ET Now. I'm Megha Chadha.
Hi, morning everyone. I'm Avan Dabash. Well, Traders 20, this is the show where we get you a daily dose of 20 fresh stock ideas so that you can have a profitable trading day. Our top technical experts will be with us over the next 30 minutes to get you some of the most exciting bets in the markets.
And as always, of course, along with all those equity trading ideas, we'll also be showcasing commodity picks as well as strategies to help you make the best of the futures and options market. So let's get started then by introducing the technical lineup for today. We've got Ashwini joining in from New Delhi, Mitesh, Sandeep and Prakash, of course, with us in Mumbai. Sanjeev Agarwal also joins in, as is Deepak Mohani from Pune.
Straight to what's happening with the markets, and a fairly steady day of trade for us, so no one's complaining. It's a good notch up of close to 42 points on the Nifty as we speak. It's at 59.05, and just a reminder that the Nifty futures in fact opened at the 5900 level as well. You have 19,546 that's being maintained, and let's take a look at the market breadth. Well, very convincing at that. You've got the advances clearly ruling the roost. So let's pull up some of your top gainers today. You've got OMCs, metals, as well as oil and gas, which is holding up pretty smartly. So BPCL, JSPL, you've got Hero MotoCorp as well as GAIL India looking pretty good. Ken India's at 303. You've got ONGC, which is currently higher by close to 1.5%. Coal India, Kotak Mahindra Bank, SBI, as well as M&M and HDFC, as well as ICICI Bank. Those are two of the other top gainers in the session. On the downside, though, you've got Infi, which continues to remain weak now. In fact, after seeing a stellar run-up over the past many days, IT seems to be coming off. So that's TCS giving it company, as is Wipro, which is very quiet today. You've got Dr. Reddy's, Tata Motors, as well as Hindalco and HCL Technologies in the limelight on the downside. Time to take it to Traders 20 then, and of course if you choose to act upon any of the investments given by our experts, please make sure that you consult your financial advisor. Bring on board then Ashwini Gujral as well as Mitesh Thakkar, who now join in. Ashwini, how are you reading the charts of the Nifty today, and what would be your top trading recommendations?
I think Nifty continues to move ahead, and so far it's not relenting. There are no signs of correction. So it's best to, let it ride, keep a trailing stop. Maybe 58.50, 58.60 is now a good level to keep your stops at. I think more short covering should happen, because this is a rally that, people are very skeptical about, and these are the ones that go the farthest. So 59, 56,000 seems likely. So far holding on to all positions today. Oil has taken some leadership, whereas tech has gone in for a bit of a correction, and banking has also come back. So if oil and banking hold up, I don't think there is any reason for the market to correct very sharply. Individual stocks, HDFC is a buy with a stop about 790, target of 825. ONGC is a buy with a stop about 320, target of 340. HPCL is a buy with a stop of 305, target of 324, and KN is a buy with a stop about 295, target of 325.
Okay, all four long ideas and a clear bias coming in on the oil and gas space from Ashwini. Mitesh, tell us about what are you monitoring for the Nifty this Friday morning, as well as your trades.
I think on the Nifty, it's now very close to levels which we had initially anticipated, which is around levels of 5920 to about 5940. I think that's some kind of supply point. But I think, while the market might take a breather, the individual stocks are still showing signals of momentum to continue. So I think the idea is still to trade on the long side, but we have also tried to initiate and identify some kind of short positions. Oil and gas, as Ashwini also pointed out, I think it's clearly the sector which is giving fresh breakouts. So I think good action happening over there. I'll begin with the buy on Colgate-Palmolive with a stop at about 1328 for target of 1400. It's gone through a big correction in the last few weeks. Looks like it could possibly get into some kind of a small uptrend. BPCL from the oil and gas sector, I think, it's moved up slightly in the last few minutes, but around the 400 mark, and we bought with a stop below 393 for target of around 416 to about 420 on the upside. You've seen some fresh, strong fresh buy signals emerge on the charts of BPCL, ONGC, as well as IOC and HPCL. JINDAL still is a buy with a stop at about 351 for target of 372, where we have seen some reversal signals from extremely oversold levels, while the only sell is MCLEOD RUSSELL, where I think the stock is getting below its key averages. There are sell signals on the daily charts. Can be sold with a stop at 367 for a target of 340.
Thanks very much, Mitesh, for giving us your top trading bets this morning. But let's get in all of the individual stock queries that you've sent in answered with Ashwini Gujral. Our first query for the day comes in on SKF India, fairly low volume stock. We've got Janak Desai. He joins in on the phone line from Gujarat with his query. Hi, thanks very much, Janak, for joining in. What's your query?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So I'm holding 400 shares of SKF India to the 65. Actually, I'm a long-term investor, but actually I need some cash after 3 to 4 months. The scrip has come from a high of 750 last year, this time to 500 in the last week. Now it's trading near 550. What will be the 3 to 4 months target? Because I need some cash after 3 to 4 months.
Well, it's a very, very low volume stock, and the trouble with such stocks is that if there is a problem, then there are no buyers because the liquidity is very low. Since you need the money and since your acquisition price was so low, I think it's best to take it, because I don't think any great thing is going to happen in the next 3 months, because mid caps are totally out of favor and market probably needs to go above fresh highs to get back to, for SKF to get back to 720, 725. So if you want to hold on, keep a 500 rupees stop and hold on. But if you need the money and you have a pretty strict deadline, then this is a great time to take it off.
Hey, Mr. Desai, that's a bit of advice coming in on SKF. You could look at booking the profits, else you could also probably hold on, but keep in mind the stop loss that Ashwini mentioned. Move on to the second query for the day. This one is coming on an AstraZeneca. We've got Kalpesh Modi on the line with us from Ahmedabad. Kalpesh, hi, thanks very much for calling in. Tell us about your question.
Yeah, good morning, madam.
Good morning.
Yeah, myself Kalpesh Modi. Madam, I'm holding 20 shares of AstraZeneca Pharma at the rate of 1500, and I want to know the fundamental as well as technical aspect of the AstraZeneca. And should I cover at lower rate? And should I get the target of 2000 in 1 or 2 years?
Well, boss, I don't know fundamental, but technical is pretty sad, because from say like 15th of January, it was at 1400, and it has literally halved in 1.5 months. That's some kind of a problem, and this is what I tend to think about low volume stocks. If there is a problem and people look to get out, I mean the minority investor gets into trouble. So something has gone wrong with this company, and hence the stock price is halved in 1 month. So I would exit. I don't think 2000 is going to come in any kind of hurry. And you want to protect your capital, we'll think about 2000 when it happens. But the stock needs to make a long sideways base first before it can start rallying now.
Okay, so looking weak on the charts, Kalpesh, it's advisable that you exit and AstraZeneca. Very quiet as we speak. The last and final query for the day comes in on TTK Prestige, and this is via an email. We've got Jagabantha, who sent in this email from Chennai, saying that he's bought 10 shares of TTK Prestige at a price of 3,400 rupees per share. Now wants to know if he should average it at 3,250 with a time horizon of the next 6 months.
Well, the problem that he may have is that he is probably impressed by the rally that TTK Prestige has had so far, from whatever $200, $300, all the way up to 3,000. Now, the problem here is that maybe the best of this stock for the moment may be over, and it may remain in this 3,100 to 3,800 type of zone. Now the good thing is that he has bought at the lower end of the zone instead of being at the higher end, which means he can keep a trailing stop loss. And in case consumption for some reason comes back, then 37, 3,800 is possible. But given what has happened to things like Titan, Jubilant, overall consumption space, the highly valued space is coming down. I'm not too hopeful, and he's making some money. He should at least keep a break-even stop, if nothing else. and not expect now the stock to immediately move towards 6,000.
Okay, so
as long as he can live with a small profit, I think he should hold on.
okay, so consumption clearly looks like it's slowing down as per Ashwani, so keep in mind the break-even stop. But a reminder as well, once again, that if you are acting on any of the advice that's been given on the show, please consult your investment advisor before doing so. So let's get you some more trading ideas then. Sandeep as well as Prakash join in now on the show. Sandeep, like to start with you, and what is it that you've identified?
Well, the market has given a clear breakout, the Nifty has given a clear breakout, and I have all three buy ideas. The first one is a buy in HDIL, stop loss 68, target 77, a breakout of prior swing high in the daily charts. I expect this move over the next 2 to 3 to 4 trading sessions. The second one is a buy in MOTO Corp, stop loss of 1725, target of 1810. A breakout of multiple resistance levels and prior swing high in the hourly charts. Probably by end of the day or on Monday this move should come in. And the third one is a buy in BPCL, stop loss 396, target 418. Again a breakout of multiple resistance and prior swing high in the daily charts. Over the next 2 to 3 trading sessions this move should come in.
Okay, so buy HDIL, MOTO Corp and BPCL. Prakash, what are your money making recommendations?
All three buys as well. For me, starting with Cipla. Looks good. It's given a beautiful breakout. I think Cipla can climb to levels closer to around 400. Just have a stop below 387 and trade long on Cipla. Second stock that I like is HDFC. Again, with a beautiful breakout after a good consolidation. And it should climb to levels closer to around 820 or even higher. Stop should be below 789. Trade long on HDFC. Third is again from the HDFC family. This time it's HDFC Bank. Again, seen a good breakout at levels closer to around 635, 640 zones. I would have a stop below 640, 641, not much. On the upside, a target closer to around 660 in the days to come. So all three buys, Cipla, HDFC and HDFC Bank.
Okay, so it's the HDFC twins and Cipla that Prakash is recommending buying into.
Pretty firm, not just for the frontliners, but it is for the broader markets as well. Sanjeev Agarwal as well as Deepak Mahoney now join in to outline some of their top trading ideas. Sanjeev, morning, what's on your list?
We had been expecting this rally, but this rally's strength has surprised us in the sense a little more than that, but still the bearish structure remains intact, and we just feel this is just a pullback before the market goes down further and achieves its target of 55.48 and below. So we have picked 3 stocks to sell, which have given a decent pullback, or some of the stocks have been able to pull back little weakly. My first stock is IB Real Estate. It has pulled back from 56.75 to 68. We can sell it at between 67 to 68 with a stop loss above 74 for a target of 61 to 56. I feel 56 should be reached within a month. My second stock for the day is JSW Steel. Despite a smart rally in the index, metal stock have not been able to pick up. And I expect this stock to, give a very good downside. 745 to 760, we can sell it with a stop loss above 785 for a target of 700 to around 660. My third stock is Reliance Capital. This share has shown quite strong weakness, and from 510 it had crashed to almost 350. It had given a pullback. So we can sell it at around 380, 380 up to 390 with the stop loss above 405 for a target of 350 to 335. I think these all targets should be reached in next 1 month.
Okay, so even in these very buoyant markets, Sanjeev has managed to identify 3 shorting ideas. Deepak, take it to you, and now what's on your platter this morning? A mix of buys and sells?
No, all buys. Well, actually, there is one sell because that stock is doing a little poorly today. But the bias is very much on the long side since the market is going up. I would rather not anticipate a reversal so soon. The first of the buys is Oil India with a stop loss of 542 and a target of 571. The stock has moved up to a 3-week high. Relatively fresh move, so it's still okay to get in. The problem we face now is the market's gone up 4 days in a row, and so have many stocks. So One has to be a bit on the lookout for stocks that gave off a little bit of selling last day or two and have resumed. So Oil India falls there. So does Tata Steel, which is a buy with a stop loss of 352, target of 371. It's at a 2-week high. And the short sale is not so much because of the market conditions, but because of what the stock is doing. It's gone pretty weak today and should be a good intraday short sale. That's MCLEOD RUSSELL, stop loss of 359, target of 347. Usually a pretty good stock to hold long term. It's just a momentary bit of weakness today which is being exploited.
Okay, so the bias remains on the long side, barring a MCLEOD Russell, which is a selling candidate. But let's find out some of the top trading ideas in the commodity space. We've got Manisha Gupta standing by. Hi, Manisha.
Well, thank you so much for that, Avan. Let's start with crude prices first, and you have seen a bit of a decline coming on for that one. The inventories from US, remember, were up for the 7th straight week. Also, apart from that, the North Sea supplies have now come back into the market, and that is putting pressure on the Brent crude prices as well. There also is a statement from OPEC that they are resuming or boosting shipments, and this is after the maintenance period for refineries has gotten over in Europe and US. That also, so more supplies really is putting pressure onto the prices here. But apart from that, you have to really watch out that the crude prices are headed for a first weekly gain in last 3 weeks. So some bit of a gain also is what you have in this whole of this week. The gold prices in the meanwhile are trading flat to slightly on the lower side. There is US unemployment data figures coming out in the evening. So ahead of that, there is a bit of jitteriness. And also if you look at the latest reports come out from Macquarie, they have cut 2013 forecast for gold to 1530 from 1668. Similar is the report from Nomura as well, and they have cut the forecast from 1981 to 1602. So very sharp downward revisions coming in from these two biggies. Pressure in this space has continued in last couple of sessions, as you have seen in prices. Let's get in then Dharmesh Bhatia from Kotak, and he joins us with his strategies on the commodity space. Dharmesh, hi, welcome. Let's start with natural gas first, and the kind of declines that we have seen in past couple of sessions. Do you think would continue today as well?
Today it was a sharp rally can be seen because of the inventory. Currently it is trading between the range of 180 to psychological resistance of 200. International also is holding near $3.5. Just because of rupee concern, I'm expecting the market to see some correction in the market. Domestic market, you can see the price heading towards around 188, 185 level again. So any speculative rides towards 199 is a good level to short, maintaining a stop loss of 204, and you can hold short for a target of around 191, which is the previous low. So sell on rise on natural gas is advisable.
Sure. Dharmesh, also what's your sense now coming in for the gold prices with the kind of declines that we have seen on that?
It is showing some correction. International is holding below $1,600 mark, and with rupee getting appreciated, you can see the price getting towards the lower side. So any rise towards 29,500 is a good level to short, maintaining a stop loss of 29,690 and hold short for a target of 29,142, which is the previous low. So sell on rise on gold April is advisable.
All right, Dharmesh, we'll let you go at that. Thank you so much for joining us. So there's a buy on natural gas and sell on gold coming in from Kotak Commodities for the day today. With that, it's back to you guys.
Thanks very much, Manisha, as always, for getting us the latest as far as commodities are concerned. But with that, we, of course, wrap up the 20 trading ideas for you on the show today. But a reminder and a disclaimer as well coming in from our end that if you are taking on board any of the ideas that have been recommended, please consult your investment advisor before doing so. We'd also like to take our time and thank our technical titans, really, for joining in on today's show.